If there was an antlered battle for the heavyweight champion of the world, it would absolutely be between the Alaskan Yukon moose and the moose of the Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia. I'll be headed there late in the season to put this to a test, but first we'll start in the south-central part of Russia, on the Asian side of the Ural Mountains, the Kurgan region. That's a fresh bull truck. Where I'll be hunting for the smaller European moose. From there, it's a long journey to the wintry far east of Russia, where the giant Kamchatka moose are rumored to live.
Back in what now feels like my second home, back in Russia. Jim's still behind the customs gate. I just got a text from him. It says, waiting for Russian police to confiscate my Mauser rifle. Sheesh, what a mess. It's now been 2 hours and 20 minutes since we landed, but apparently, oh, here's Jim. And that looks like a gun, actually.
They let me into the country because apparently Russia considers Kazakhstan and Belarus part of Russia still, but Kazakhstan doesn't consider themselves part of Russia still. So Kazakhstan has their own rules, but Russia has their rules that override the rules of Kazakhstan, even though it's an independent country. So I can get my gun into the country, into Russia, because I was already in Russia as far as they were concerned in Kazakhstan, but I don't have the permit to transfer from Kazakhstan to Russian territory between flights. It's ridiculous. It's like, bureaucracy. We landed 4 hours ago. Bottom line is, I don't have my Mauser rifle. It's not a great way to start a hunt, but it's not our fault. There just isn't any paperwork that would have possibly allowed us to bring that gun into Russia and use it. And nobody knew that. Apparently we're the first ever. Russia and Kazakhstan are still fighting. You know, how many years after Perestroika, after the Iron Curtain was ripped apart, still they can't work together between countries. There is no paperwork. We need a good night's sleep. We're jet lagged, and things will look up tomorrow. They'll look rosier, I think. I hope. We're at the biggest market here in Moscow. It's huge, probably 1,000 vendors. And they've got taxidermy even for sale here. And icons, we see one in a blue moon in North America at an antique store, but here there's whole shops, like little stalls full of it. It's fantastic. The lady just came by selling tea, coffee, and vodka. And it's like 10:30 in the morning. This is all my background, my history, my family, Ukrainian. Spectacular pieces, gorgeous folk art, homemade boots. That's cool. There's actually still manure on the bottom. There's a felt liner inside it. This is their homemade shoes made out of basket.
Спасибо.
Спасибо. I didn't even bargain because it's like $16 each. It has no value really in the world other than it's handmade by people. I mean, that's exactly what I look for me. My mother's side is all Ukrainian / Russian / Polish and peasants. So that's what they would have worn. This is an amazing market, but now fun time's over and we have to get to work. Well, we have to get to even more fun times. We're heading south and far east of Russia. That's a fresh bull truck. This is it. First morning of the hunt. We've been invited to this part of the world, Kurgan, just north of Kazakhstan, to take part in a classic Russian meat moose hunt. They don't hunt for the size of the antlers, it's all about the meat. They told me last night that the best moose are the biggest bodies with the smallest antlers because there's more meat on them. So we've got 3 guides coming with us and an interpreter, so we'll find out soon enough how they actually hunt. We're heading out into the woods now. I don't know how the hunt's going to go or what's happening, but we'll be hiking from here. They tell me that the rut is right at the tail end right now, so calling will be very difficult. Siberian roebuck, and they're not spooked at all. Awesome. Interesting hunting style. They walk fast. If I was doing this, I'd be walking 10 times slower and using binos to look into the distance. But he's covering the ground hard and fast, which tells me the moose are not that spooky and they're few and far between in the forest. Starting to snow pretty heavy. That's a good thing. Make tracking easier. Sure. That's a fresh bull truck. One came through here during the snow in the last half an hour. Roebuck, female. Another calf. There's 3. A cow and 2 calves. 2 calves have survived. That's amazing. It means there can't be many wolves. There definitely isn't any poaching for meat around here, or very little. No predators, no grizzly bears that are killing them. That's fantastic for the moose population. We've come to the far end, the big opening. Our chariot is coming to get us now. It's incredible. I could do this every day, all day, my entire life. Day 2, snowing outside. Go figure. Snowing in Russia? That's wild boars. They call them Schwein. Schwein. It's a female moose with a calf, really small calf too. It's amazing. So many of the females have babies, and in an area with a lot of wolves or grizzly bears, that wouldn't be the case. So they're obviously controlling the predators around here. Too young, I can't do it. Even though he's meat for these families of the guides, but I can't. Something scared him out of there. I don't know what scared him.
Why do you think he's hanging around like that?
I think there's a bigger bull in the bush that chased him off. That's the bigger one. That's what spooked him. Okay, he's behind the trees. Just a little bit down. Okay, ready? There it is. That's the bigger one. That's what spooked him. Okay, he's behind the trees. Okay, ready? Turned just as I shot.
Есть, попадай.
we got him. Super, super hard shooting. The first one, he came up. The young bull was there, and I knew something was in the bush that had spooked him. We stood still, and I knew the big guy was coming out. He came out just for a second. Just as I shot, he squealed to go. Right here now, I finally hit him good. Look at him. That is crazy. That's just crazy. Look at the antlers on him. He's like our moose with the brow pan, but then there's no palm. This is called cervine. He's broken off right here on this tip from fighting, and broken off on this side too. He's got the white ears and white legs. Wow, that is just spectacular. Hey Victor, thank you. Yeah, good eyes.
Ah, Jim, congratulations. Very good trophy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hard work.
Thank you,
Jim.
Sergey.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, guys. He's beautiful. Photoshop. For me, it's Photoshop.
Good work.
So now, how do they get the all the meat?
So now we will skin it, then we will carry all meat in the car.
Everything. Fantastic. This is incredible. I mean, first they got this Russian Jeep through the forest to the moose. The second thing is they've tied up the moose leg to the tree and the other moose leg with a tow strap to the trailer hitch of the actual Jeep to get them squared off. I've got my trusty Havalon, but I suspect if I showed up with this, with these great big knives these guys are using, they'd probably laugh me out of here. They don't realize how sharp this is. I'll do an entire moose with this single blade. Many families, my own family included, when I was growing up, if we didn't get our moose every year, we didn't eat meat in the wintertime. So getting a moose was a huge big deal. Dad and my uncles, they would all go out to try and get the meat and share whatever they got with all the families. So I get this, and I understand how these guys feel about this meat. This is where hunters provide for their families with wild game that lives in the forest. These animals, they watch over them, they protect these animals from poaching. There's foreign dollars coming in, my dollars came into this community. They got paid for doing this, which allows them to do the anti-poaching in this area and to keep the wildlife healthy and stable and growing. Economically, it's justifiable. Biologically, it's justifiable. I mean, it's a perfect balance. It's a perfect balance. And that's what I'm seeing in this area of Russia. Why do they take the hooves?
They will cook special dish.
Really? Out of the hooves or the feet? Or they obviously they take the skin off? And
they take skin off and they will cut apart and then they will boil it, put inside some gelatin and some different things.
That's incredible. See, I've never seen that before anywhere. They also use the nose. Look at this.
Then put
onions,
peppers,
and then boil for 3 hours.
3 hours.
And then cut it into little.
Да, все потом на кусочки режешь, такая закусочка.
There you go. There you go. That's moose nose, which I've heard about, and I've tried actually a couple times to cook it, but I didn't know how. Now I know how. Both of those are brand new pieces of the butchering puzzle that I didn't know about. I learned on this trip, and that alone is worth coming all the way over here. It's fantastic. I mean, you learn, right? You learn. If you open up your doors and your windows and your mind and accept and not just close it off, shut it down. It's not the way I do it, so I don't want to hear about it. No, this is amazing. This is amazing.
Finish.
Finish here. We're on our way to Kamchatka, where we're going to meet up with winter big time and go after the largest moose in Asia, maybe in the world. That's where we're headed now. I had to get off the machines and fix something on the bridge. Historically speaking, logistics have always been, let's say, an issue in Russia. For For the second part of our journey to the far east of Russia, where we'll hunt the giant Kamchatka moose, we'll need to traverse over 1,000 miles of rural roads and trails in the middle of nowhere in the dead of winter.
Для твоей рекламы. Телефон рекламной службы 271 96 28 для лиц старше 12 лет.
This back and forth means we're stuck. The driver decided to take a shortcut. Instead of taking the nice highway, he decided that we were going to save some time. So we're just saving time right now. We haven't even hit the mountains yet. We're already in deep snow. And I think we have to go all the way back. We've been driving for almost 2 hours. Been shorter, but it sure wasn't the wisest choice to make. Sheesh. What a start to a 1,000-mile journey. A road hazard over here in this part of Russia. If it's not snow, it's cows. We'll figure, but when we got stuck and we had to spin the tires so much on that ditch we were in, we obviously damaged one of our summer tires. Now we're using our spare up. Thank goodness we have a spare. Sunshine almost always makes me happy. Another 864 miles. We are here. Sheesh, this is a big country and a long way from anywhere. Middle of nowhere in the middle of nowhere. And this is actually the end of the road. Tomorrow morning we'll get up and get onto the snow machines from here. It's just starting to get light now outside. It's clear, bitter cold out there. Perfect hunting day, really. And a perfect day for having the classic Kamchatka breakfast, salmon eggs. Yeah. This is like a waypoint on the way to camp. Now we're getting ready to load up the snow machines and head on. The guys are making the last few preparations before we embark on this journey today. The sun's just rising. It's calm and cold. And really, when you stand in a place like this, these remote villages, you get a sense of history. It's like walking back in the Soviet era. The subsidies were the only thing that kept these villages economically functioning. And then now, roofs caving in, windows broken, nobody living in them. And the one or two houses that have smoke rising from, really tells you how many people are still left here. And now it's like an empty land. And you really get a sense of the solitude and aloneness of this place. But we're here to go hunting moose, Kamchatka moose. We're all staged. The first machines are starting to go. I'm kind of jealous about his seat. They had to get off the machines and fix something on the bridge. That's one of the problems being the last one. The previous ones has made the integrity of the bridge questionable. Looks like it's our turn. We'll see what happens here. Made it across. A little disconcerting to see the snow falling away underneath the runners of the snow machine. We're good. This is traditional. Apparently, when the villagers cross this river to this spot, they've made it through all the dangerous parts of the journey, and so they stop for a little food and a little bit of Russian water. Nostrovia. We're past the dangerous part.
За тобой Саня понесся, я 50, а Саня...
This is camp. Wow. It's like a tiny little village out here in the middle of nowhere, It took all day to get here. The sun's gone down, it's starting to cool off, and this is it. Tomorrow, we're looking for Shockey moose.
Здесь есть, потом и ночью 2 раза. Что как?
I have a new buddy. Me and Rick, the fox terrier. Breakfast is over. The guys are poring over the map, trying to figure out where to go. It's a massive territory here, into the wildlands of Kamchatka, looking for Shockey moose, the biggest moose in the world. And we'll see. Russia versus Alaska and Yukon. This is championship of the world. Biggest moose, we'll see.
I will cross my finger for Russia.
If I see one that big, I'm gonna miss.
You will come back by walk. No snow.
Second to caliber he has.
Огонь!
Yeah, let's go. We found some fresh tracks up here, so they've got to be a moose close by if the tracks are here. Looks like 2 sets, I'm not sure. tracks. There's 2 moose, I think. And we've just come to where one of them has shed his antler. Look, this is what we were tracking. Holy. That's a big moose. Chakotay moose. He just shed. You can still see blood on the ends. Unbelievable. We just saw the bull, but he didn't have any antlers. He'd already shed the other side somewhere way before we ever hit his tracks. So we don't shoot. We'll let him go and let him grow another set of antlers next year. But that's the good news. The bad news is that we may be too late on this hunt, and maybe the moose have shed their antlers already. Another bull and no antlers. He dropped his antlers already. We're back. Well, we came back hard and fast, bouncing the whole way. Temperature's dropping, you can hear the squeaking snow. Maybe we're too late for the antlers to be on the moose, but it was a good day. Beautiful, beautiful country. Here's a female and a young one. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a bust today. I'm good. Back to where we were the first day. Hopefully find a moose with antlers on their head. No fresh tracks yet. It's cooling down, winds increasing. Don't know where the moose are. We're getting stuck all the time and the wind's blowing in any tracks. We're not seeing anything so far. I think they're going to head back in. Can't see anything, there's a whiteout. So we came over a cliff and went straight down, bam, got stuck. Impossible to see. Major production this morning, leaving this camp and heading apparently 30 miles past the volcanoes to another camp, one they haven't hunted in 3 years. They've never had to. How do you put words to that? It's an active volcano right here. That's Geyser Mountain. I'm not sure how you pronounce it in Russian, but it's spectacular, no matter what language you use. Turn off the machine.
Что? Замерз, блядь. Есть, оставь, посмотри. Пробки достань его.
Turn off the machine.
Второго любых стоит.
We just got a moose. That happened quick. We saw the tracks and literally it just started and done. There he was. Just started on the tracks. We got him. Beautiful. We did it, we got him. Standing here with this bull, you know, you get perspective on just how vast, cold, big, remote Russia is. What a place, what an animal. What a beautiful, beautiful animal. Every ounce of this moose will come out to the village. Every place you go to, there's a style, a way of butchering up the game animals. And in this case, it's better to watch and learn than it is to try and teach, because for all I know, their way may be better than the way we do it in North America, the way we do it up in the Yukon. One thing for sure, we're going to be going back in the dark, such as it is, here in one of the most remote places of the planet, the Ring of Fire, the Kamchatka Peninsula, in the far, far, far east of Russia. Doesn't get any better than this. It's been a great year, a long year. We've traveled over 300 days this year. It's been a good year. As hard as it was sometimes to leave home and be away from home, and as much as it was uncomfortable many, many times, sometimes maybe even a little dangerous, those are memories that are ours forever. No one can take that away. But what good is a memory if you don't have somebody to share it with? And that's what we're doing now. Heading back to our homes. Zadil, my cameraman, and I, we are on our way back to our families. Might take us a few days, but we will get there for Christmas. What a year. This is really an unusual way to hunt. I mean, it's not normal.